Ever said yes when every part of you was screaming no? And in that moment, you felt it in your gut, that tightness, that pause, and yet you had a smile on your face. You went along with the yes because saying no felt too risky. Risky because you're scared they won't love you, like you, or think poorly of you. Because, and this is going to be hard, a part of you equates love with approval. That is not love. That is not kindness. That is fear dressed up as generosity. And it's draining your energy, diluting your truth, and keeping you out of alignment. But today, we're going to change that. If we haven't met yet, my name is Cindy, and in this video, we're going to talk about how to stop people pleasing and start saying no with clarity, confidence, and spiritual power. But before we go any further, subscribe to the channel. This is where personal development meets soul-aligned growth. Be sure to also download your free e-guide, Unlocking Inner Wisdom, and join our weekly newsletter, The Empowered Human. All the links are in the description below. Let's go back to the topic at hand. People-pleasing is often something that runs really deep within your psyche, but it's important to know that you weren't born that way. You were trained to be a people pleaser. And people pleasing is not about being nice. It's about wanting to feel needed. Somewhere in your story, you learned that if you don't upset people, you'll stay connected. If you keep the peace, you'll be safe and belong. If you overgive, you're going to be loved back. Those are not personality traits, and they do not make you a better person. I know this is hard to hear, but I'm here to tell you the truth with love. What's really happening is that it's a survival response. It's a way that your nervous system has tried to protect you by helping you avoid conflict, rejection, and abandonment. Over time, it's had a high cost because it's led to your truth being silenced, your needs going unmet, and your identity then became tied to usefulness. Yes, we all want to be useful, but you are worthy of being loved because you exist, because you're a good human, not because of what use you can be to others. And it has worked up until now, but I bet you're starting to feel that discomfort within you. You're starting to feel like you're no longer living in your truth. Once you start to have this awakening within you, it's actually a great place to be at because this is where you come to a place of saying no more and you take your power back. Let's look at some neuroscience to help us understand brain wiring and emotional survival patterns. Every time you have said yes, when in fact you meant no, your nervous system got a hit of relief, not because it was right, but because you avoided the feeling of disconnection. And that moment, that memory, that relief got stored in your limbic system, in your emotional memory. And you did not just learn to keep others happy. You taught your system that truth equals risk, and your system does not like risk. The more emotional danger that a situation presented for you, the stronger the association with truth equating risk became for you. And it is easy to blame yourself saying, oh my God, I've done all of these things wrong. Don't blame yourself. It is basic neuroscience. It's relational patterning reinforced over time. The good news is that once you understand this, we can make effective changes. Here's something really important to understand. The brain is loyal to what feels familiar, not necessarily what is true and not necessarily what is right, unless you become conscious of the patterns you've created over time. You'll keep on calling it being nice when in reality, it's fear. And not only has this affected your nervous system, it's also kept your spiritual truth hidden. Your soul did not come here to be agreeable. It came here to be authentic, to walk in truth, to lead from wholeness, to express itself, to love without losing your authenticity, without pretending to be someone who deep inside you are not. And every time you said yes when it was really a no, you were not just avoiding discomfort. You were not just rewiring your brain. You were disconnecting yourself from your truth, from your soul, from your spirit. People pleasing isn't just an emotional pattern, it's also a spiritual fracture. It divides you from your own knowing because your soul always knows. Your soul is beautiful and divine, and it knows when something feels off. It knows when you're shrinking. It knows when your yes is actually a please don't be upset with me. Again, let's not live in a place of blame. The thing is to understand the patterns so that we could change it. Soul, your spirit, does not want you to pretend. It wants you to be truthful. It wants you to be in your presence, to embody your fullness. It wants you back. And choosing yourself is not a rejection of others. This is something really important. Too many people, and I was one of those people, felt guilty for choosing themselves, for saying no. But when you are honest with yourself, it's a devotion to truth, and your truth is something sacred. When we understand the sacredness of being truthful and authentic, first with ourselves, but also in our relationships with others, with something as basic as saying no when it feels like a no, you're actually honoring yourself and that person, even if there's discomfort involved. And the reason I say that is because I've been there. I've been a people pleaser. I was scared to not be loved. I was scared to be perceived as bad, as disruptive. And a lot of this has come not just from wanting to be accepted, but because you've been praised for being easygoing, agreeable, and flexible. You've been praised for your usefulness. And usefulness is not the same as being loved, accepted, and embraced. They feel the same, but they are not. When we understand this, we also understand that our silence is a betrayal of the self. If this sounds familiar, drop truth in the comment sections below because moving forward, you are going to choose your truth. Now, let's go into our 3 soul aligned steps to stop people pleasing. Let's be clear about something. It's not about becoming cold or selfish. It's about becoming clear and living in alignment with your truth. So, step number 1, listen to your body. Your body knows first. If you're asked for something and you start to feel tight in your body, that's your body communicating with you. Instead of responding, pause before giving an answer, especially if you're starting to feel uncomfortable, and ask yourself, where do I feel the request? Do I feel it in my gut as a clench, as a tightening, or do you feel expansive? If you feel a tightness, if you feel contraction, it's a no. If your body feels clean, if it feels expansive, then it's a yes. So you get to decide if it's a yes or a no. See how your body feels. That's actually part of your nervous system communicating to you through your body. And this leads us to step number 2. Let your no, if it's a no, be clear and clean. You don't owe anybody an explanation to justify your truth. I'm going to repeat that. You do not owe anybody an explanation to justify your truth. The default many people pleasers make, and I used to do this, is to try to over explain why I was saying no so that people would not misunderstand me, would not misjudge me, would still love me. Here's the thing. A soul aligned no is clean. It's not reactive. It's not resentful. It is not panic. Think about this. I'm sure you know someone who, if you ask them for something and they say no, it's a simple no, and that's it, and you accept it. What makes you any different? When you say no, it's no. It can sound like this. Thank you for asking. I'm going to pass at this moment. Thank you for asking. I can't do this. When you stop over explaining, defending, or minimizing your no, you reclaim your voice as sacred, as powerful, and you move into truth and alignment. Now, step number 3 builds on step 1 and 2. Hold your boundary with love and power. Not everybody is going to like your no's. Not everybody's going to like your boundaries, and that doesn't mean you're wrong. The real test isn't whether they approve. It's about whether you are aligned to your truth. People are going to feel what they're going to feel. Let them. You are not here to manage their discomfort. You're here to live your truth with compassion, with courage. You can say no and be kind about it. If this is resonating with you and you want to take this a little further, I did create a self-paced transformational course called the Potential Code. It helps you break free from old conditioning so that you can speak your truth and rebuild your life from alignment, not obligation. You'll find everything in the description below. Something I like to do as we get closer to the end of an episode is meditation that fuses science with soul soothing. This next moment is for your nervous system and your soul. The breath work you're about to do is rooted in neuroscience, and it activates your parasympathetic system, helping you shift from stress to safety. And the visualization is to help soothe your soul. Let's begin. Close your eyes gently. Place one hand over your heart, the other over your belly. Feel the warmth of your presence. Let your spine grow tall, your shoulders soften, and your jaw unclench. Now take a slow, deep breath in through the nose. Hold. Exhale slowly through the mouth. We're going to repeat that 3 times. Keep your eyes closed, your hand over your heart and your belly. Breathe in, hold, exhale completely. Let's repeat. Inhale for 4, hold for 4. Now exhale for 6. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. One more time. Inhale deeply for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Continue breathing in your own natural rhythm. And as you breathe, imagine a soft golden light forming at the crown of your head. Let it gently flow down your body, over your face, through your throat, your heart, your belly, your legs, until it reaches the sole of your feet. Now, picture roots growing from the bottom of your feet, sinking deep into the earth, anchoring you, holding you steady, holding you in safety, reminding you you are not alone. Take another deep breath in, hold, deep breath out. Deep breath in, Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Continue breathing at your natural rhythm, feeling this light continuing to flow through you. And now repeat after me. I honor the part of me that kept the peace to survive. I now choose to speak from truth, not fear. My boundaries are sacred, my energy worthy of protection, and I trust the voice that rises from within. Let your body receive that. Let your soul return to itself. Keep on breathing at your natural rhythm. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. If you would like some personal support, I do offer private personal sessions. You can find it in the link below. And if you haven't subscribed or downloaded your free e-guides, remember to do that and comment below how you are choosing yourself today. Remember, your truth, it's sacred. Your clarity is your power, and your voice, fully expressed, is the beginning of full embodiment and alignment. Until next time,